Hey guys, this is Carrie Rhinehart with 5-Minute Math. Today I'm going to be looking at some polynomial word problems. If you're following along in the book, it's from Algebra 1, Unit 5, Lesson 6. Now there are an endless number of word problems you could see with polynomials, but the main two that I'm going to focus on are area of rectangle and consecutive integers. So remember, the area of a rectangle is equal to length times width. A rectangle has 4 sides. Opposite sides are congruent, okay? And so you just need to multiply the length times the width to find the area, which represents all the space that's inside the figure. So for example, let's say that we are given that the area of a rectangle, actually, let me do it. Let's say that we're given that the length of a rectangle, okay, is 2x minus 3. And that the width, which we let W represent, is x plus 4. And they're asked to find the area of the rectangle. Okay, we want to write an expression for the area, so we're going to multiply length times width. Well, our length is 2x minus 3 times our width, which is x plus 4. And so we're just going to distribute here. We've got to multiply the 2x times the x and the 2x times the 4. And the negative 3 times the x, and the negative 3 times the 4. So 2x times x is 2x squared. Then we've got 2x times 4, which is positive 8x. Then we've got negative 3 times x, that's a negative 3x. And then negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And if you notice, these two are like terms, so we need to combine those. We get 2x squared, we bring that down. But 8x minus 3x is a positive 5x. And then bring down the minus 12. Okay, and then the other type that I want to look at is consecutive integers. Okay, the word consecutive means the one right following, the very next one. So some consecutive integers, examples of consecutive integers would be 2 and 3, 25 and 26, 101 and 102. Okay. Also know that if it says consecutive even integers, that would be like 2 and 4 or 6 and 8. Those are even integers, the ones that are right after the other. Okay, so just consecutive integers are 1 and 2, 5 and 6, 11 and 12, one right after the other. But if it says consecutive even, you have to skip the odd one and just do the 2 even numbers right next to each other. If it says consecutive odd, that would be like 3, 5. 21, 23. If you notice with consecutive integers, okay, if our first number is n, then the next number is just the one right after it, which would be n plus 1. Okay. But with even, consecutive even, and consecutive odd, if our first number is n, then the next number is not n plus 1, because n plus 1 in this case would be 3. But you have to go up by 2 to get to the next even, or you have to go up by 2 to get to the next odd. So if it's consecutive even or consecutive odd, you'd have n, and then the next one would be n plus 2. Okay? This is very important when you're solving these consecutive integer problems. So let's have an example here. It says the product of 2 consecutive positive integers, the product of 2 consecutive positive integers. It doesn't say even or odd here. Okay, so we know we're just dealing with n and n plus 1. Okay, but it says their product, and remember, product is when you multiply them. So their product would be n times n plus 1. It says the product of 2 consecutive positive integers is 306. So this product is equal to 306. Okay. Let's find the 2 integers. So we need to solve this equation. So we've got n times n and n times n plus 1. Well, n times n is n squared. Okay. N times 1 is n, equals 306. Okay. So this is the expression you'd write. And at this point, you probably have not gone over solving quadratic equations, so you wouldn't be able to actually find the integers in this case. You would just be asked to write this equation.